The Whispering Woods had stood for centuries, a testament to the enduring power of nature. These woods were not just a collection of trees and plants. They were a living, breathing entity, a sanctuary of life and history. Ancient trees reached towards the sky, their leaves whispering secrets to the wind. Each rustle of the leaves carried stories of the past, tales of the creatures that once roamed these lands, and the spirits that still lingered. Sunlight dripped through the canopy, painting patterns on the forest floor. This was Liora's home, a place where every beam of light seemed to dance with joy, illuminating the beauty of the forest in a golden glow.
I am the guardian, born with the ability to hear the forest's whispers, to feel its heartbeat. From the moment I could walk, I felt a connection to these woods that went beyond the physical. It was as if the forest and I were one. I know every inch of these woods, every path, every hidden nook, every ancient tree. They are all a part of me and I am a part of them. I have walked these paths countless times, each journey revealing something new. I speak to the babbling brook and sing with the birds. The water's gentle murmur is like a soothing lullaby, and the birds' songs are a symphony that fills my heart with joy. We communicate in a language that transcends words.
The forest was her family, its creatures her companions. From the smallest insect to the largest deer, every creature recognized her as their protector. They trusted her, and she cherished them. She protected them, and in return, they loved her. Their bond was unbreakable, forged through countless acts of kindness and mutual respect. The animals followed her, knowing she would always keep them safe. The forest thrived under her care. Every plant, every tree, every creature flourished. The air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the sound of life in its purest form. It was a place of peace and magic, a sanctuary where time seemed to stand still and the worries of the outside world melted away. Here, in the heart of the forest, everything was in perfect harmony.
Though I am young, my spirit is as old as the woods. I carry the wisdom of the ancients within me, a knowledge passed down through generations. My eyes may be those of a child, but my soul is timeless. I possess a quiet strength, a deep connection to nature that resonates within my soul. This connection gives me the power to protect and nurture the forest, to ensure its survival for future generations. I understand the language of the trees, the songs of the birds, and the whispers of the wind. Each sound, each movement, is a message that I can interpret and respond to. It is a gift and a responsibility that I embrace wholeheartedly.
The forest held no secrets from her. Every hidden corner, every ancient secret was known to her. She was the keeper of its mysteries, the one who understood its deepest truths. The forest, in turn, trusted her completely. It opened itself to her, revealing its hidden paths and sharing its ancient wisdom. This mutual trust was the foundation of their bond. It revealed its hidden paths and shared its ancient wisdom. These secrets were not just knowledge but a part of the forest's soul, a legacy that she was entrusted to protect. Liora was its child, its protector, its voice. She was the embodiment of the forest's spirit, a living testament to its enduring strength and beauty. She was the ancient whisperer, the guardian of the Whispering Woods. Her story was one of love, trust, and an unbreakable bond with nature. She was the heart of the forest, and the forest was her soul. One day, a shiver ran through the forest. It was as if the very soul of the woods had been disturbed, sending ripples of unease through every branch and leaf. The leaves rustled nervously, their whispers turning into anxious murmurs. The usual symphony of nature was replaced by a discordant tune, a melody of fear and uncertainty. Liora felt it too, a tremor in the very heart of the woods. It was a sensation that went beyond the physical, a deep, unsettling vibration that resonated with her very being. The air, usually alive with energy, felt strangely still. It was as if the forest was holding its breath, waiting for something ominous to unfold.
I pressed my hand against the trunk of an ancient oak, its bark rough against my skin. The tree, a sentinel of the forest, seemed to be trying to communicate its distress. The oak, usually bursting with life, felt strangely cold. Its once vibrant energy was now a mere shadow of its former self. Its heartbeat, usually strong and steady, was faint and thready. The pulse of life that once surged through it was now barely perceptible.
A knot of fear tightened in Liora's chest. Something was wrong. The forest, her sanctuary, was in distress, and she could feel its pain as if it were her own. The forest's heartbeat was fading. The vibrant greens and the magical glow that once defined this place were dimming, losing their luster. This pulsing energy was the source of its magic, of its life. Without it, the forest would wither and die, taking with it the countless lives that depended on its vitality. Liora had never felt it so weak. The forest's energy, once a roaring river, was now a trickling stream, barely sustaining the life around it.
Fear, cold and unfamiliar, crept into my heart. The forest had always been a place of solace and strength, but now it felt like a fragile, dying entity. I have to find the source of the disturbance, whatever it is, and stop it before it's too late. The fate of the forest, and perhaps much more, depended on it. What troubles you, my friend? The question hung in the air, heavy with concern and the weight of unspoken fears.
The wind sighed, carrying the scent of decay and a faint, unfamiliar buzzing. It was a sound that did not belong in her peaceful woods. It was a sound that did not belong in her peaceful woods. The tranquility of the forest was being invaded by an alien presence, something that threatened its very existence. It spoke of a darkness that sent chills down Liora's spine. This darkness was not just a physical presence, but a malevolent force that sought to corrupt and consume. Liora knew she had to act quickly. The forest's fate was in her hands, and she could not afford to fail. With a deep breath, she steeled herself for the journey ahead, determined to restore the forest's heartbeat and banish the darkness that threatened it. She set off on the path, her heart heavy with the weight of her mission, but also filled with a fierce determination. The forest had given her so much. Now it was her turn to give back, to fight for its survival. As she walked, the sunlight broke through the canopy, casting rays of hope on her path. It was a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always a glimmer of light, a chance for renewal and rebirth. Liora's resolve hardened. She would find the source of the disturbance, no matter the cost. The forest's heartbeat would not fade on her watch. She would ensure that the green heart of the woods would beat strong once more. And so, with each step, she moved closer to her goal, driven by love and duty, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The forest's future depended on her, and she would not let it down. The vibrant greens of the forest were beginning to fade. The leaves, once bursting with life, were now tinged with yellow and brown. They drooped from their branches, their whispers turning into mournful sighs. The flowers that usually carpeted the forest floor were wilting, their vibrant colors draining away.
Dark clouds gathered at the edge of the woods, casting long and ominous shadows. They seemed to pulse with an unnatural energy, a darkness that I could feel in my very bones. The air grew heavy, thick with the stench of decay and the strange buzzing that spoke of an unknown danger.
Animals huddled together, their eyes wide with fear. Even the bird song, usually a symphony of cheerful melodies, was reduced to hushed and frightened chirps. The forest, usually so full of life, was falling silent, choked by the encroaching darkness.
I know that the heart of the forest is weakening. The darkness is spreading, draining the life from everything it touches. I have to act, and act fast if I want to save my beloved home.
Liora stood in the center of the woods, her small frame tense with determination. Her bright green eyes, usually sparkling with laughter, were now hard with resolve. The forest around her, once a place of solace and joy, now felt heavy with an ominous presence. The trees, which had always seemed to whisper secrets of the past, now stood silent, their leaves rustling with a sense of foreboding. Liora could feel the weight of the responsibility on her shoulders, but she knew she had no choice. She had to protect her home.
I will not let the darkness win. I will fight for my forest, for my home, for my family. This is my vow, my promise to you all. No matter how difficult the path ahead may be, I will not waver. I will stand strong, and I will not let fear dictate my actions. The darkness may be powerful, but it is not invincible. Together we can overcome it.
She raised her head, listening to the dying whispers of the wind, the frightened chirps of the birds. The forest was counting on her. She was their guardian, their protector, and she would not fail them. The wind carried with it the scent of decay, a reminder of the encroaching darkness. The birds, usually so full of song, now only offered anxious calls. Liora closed her eyes for a moment, drawing strength from the memories of happier times. She remembered the laughter of children playing among the trees, the vibrant colors of the flowers in bloom, and the harmonious symphony of nature. These memories fueled her resolve.
I will find the source of this darkness, this decay, and I will destroy it. I will not rest until the forest is safe once more. I will seek out the heart of this evil and confront it head-on. No matter the cost, I will see this through. The forest has given me so much. Now it is my turn to give back. I will be the light that pierces through the darkness.
She knew that she couldn't do it alone. She would need the help of the forest and its creatures. She would need their strength, their wisdom, and their courage. Taking a deep breath, she called out, her voice echoing through the silent trees. The forest had always been a place of unity, where every creature played a part in maintaining the balance. Liora hoped that this bond would be enough to rally them together in this time of need. She envisioned the deer, the foxes, the birds, and even the smallest insects coming together, united by a common purpose. The forest was a living, breathing entity, and its strength lay in its diversity and unity.
My friends, the forest is in danger. We need to stand together to fight for our home. I need your help, your guidance, your strength. We have faced challenges before, and we have always emerged stronger. This time will be no different. We must remember that we are not just fighting for ourselves, but for future generations. For the children who will one day play under these trees, for the animals who call this place home, and for the very soul of the forest itself. Together we can push back the darkness and restore the light.
Her voice resonated through the trees, a beacon of hope in the growing darkness. The forest seemed to respond, a gentle rustling of leaves and a chorus of animal calls rising in answer. Liora felt a surge of hope. She was not alone in this fight. The forest and its inhabitants were with her, ready to stand by her side. With renewed determination, she set off, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The path would be difficult, but with the strength of the forest behind her, she knew they could prevail. The darkness would not win, not while she still had breath in her body. As Liora's voice faded, the forest seemed to hold its breath. Then, from the rustling leaves and the swaying branches came the whispers of hope.
The darkness, it emanates from the north, from the Shadowlands. A being of darkness, Malkor, feeds on the forest's life force.
The owl was the keeper of the forest's memories, its wisdom. It had witnessed the rise and fall of many threats, but none as insidious as this.
Follow me, I know the way.
With a grateful nod to the owl, Liora followed the fox. They were joined by others, a sturdy badger, a nimble squirrel, a graceful deer. Each creature was a part of the forest's fabric, and each was determined to fight for its survival. The creatures led Liora deeper into the woods, toward the source of the encroaching darkness. They traveled through tangled undergrowth and across rushing streams, their resolve growing with every step. They were the heart of the forest, and they would not give up without a fight.